Hola. I wanted to share with you one of my very favorite tools and techniques for uh, in teaching Spanish. At one point in my career, for a few years, I was teaching elementary school. So I'm qualified in language immersion, and I ran a language immersion program some years ago. And so many of the wonderful people I taught with at the elementary level had the most fantastic ideas to take back to all the upper levels, right? Really simple things. And this was one of them, was the idea of using the calendar. So a lot of people that I had an opportunity to work with really relied heavily on the calendar. They did math, they did patterns, they do colors, you can do numbers, you can do the weather. There's so much teaching that can happen with working with a calendar every day. And I wanted to share one that I made with you and tell you a little bit about how I use it every day. So I did another video on routines, and just to recap, routines are hugely important I think in any class, but definitely in a language class. They need a lot of repetition. They need to know exactly what to do. And it's a perfect opportunity to immerse students in language. And what's great, if you invest a little bit of time in the calendar every day, you can skip over this in your textbook. And they make for projects with weather and seasons, make for fantastic subplans if you need to be out. And you'd kind of invest heavy amounts of time sort of early in the year, and then it would just become an automatic part of the routine. So if you see here, I have this, this visual here, right? This is the basics of the calendar, right? And I also have this Google slide version. So these are some of the questions that we ask, um, what day is today? What day was yesterday, etc. What are the months of the summer? How many months are in the year? Is it cold, etc.? There's a ton of questions. I won't go through all of them, but you've got different tenses in there. You've got different seasons in there. I think there's about 30 questions there total. Oh, there's even more. So basically how this works is these are draggable. So that first picture you saw have been cut up, and here on the slide you can move it. What day is today? It's Monday. Yesterday was Sunday. And these all move, right? And so you would just move these over here to this slide every day. And over here, ¿cuál es la fecha de hoy? What's today's date? And you would move your numbers here, and you would move your months there. So then they would learn this pattern. You would just do this every day. And you can add lots of questions here too. How many months are in the year? What 3 months? What were the last 3 months? What are the next 3 months? Right? You get the picture once you get that routine down. And then what's the season? Do that every day. And then what's the weather like? So a really simple way to teach weather and vocabulary. Do it early on. Really focus on your routines, particularly those first 2 weeks. And use CI tools like this to help students acquire language, and then make it it'll be really easy. And then when you get to this later in the year, there's great projects you can do. You can do some sort of mini art projects with the weather and seasons, some organizing. You can do weather reports. If you've got handouts or textbook activities, that's the perfect time to do those. They'll go by really quickly. It's great for later in the year when people are ready to get out of school because it's easy. It's not very demanding. They know it really well. They've heard it over and over and over again. And it's a lot of fun. So I'll share some links where how to get mine. Until next time.